This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we have a gas oven that is not heating up, and this will also cure a gas oven that is not cooking evenly or has a delayed start or isn't getting hot enough. So we're going to take off the door by sliding these two latches toward us and then lifting up and pulling out at the bottom. The whole door will come off and you can get it out of the way. You don't have to take off the door, but it does make it a little bit easier. I slid out the racks. I'm going to lift up now on the back to lift that lip out of the way. Takes off the lower panel. Some of these have a few screws on the back you have to take out the lower panel. There's the igniter. We're using a small ratchet to remove two little screws that are holding the igniter in position. We're going to go ahead and end up cutting the wires and then splicing in a new igniter. So it is good at this point to make sure you've unplugged it or that you have the breaker turned off. So we've got the first screw out, they're pretty short, and then take out the second one, and then we'll be able to easily get the igniter out. And there is generic igniters you can get for ovens that are really inexpensive. You can just get them at Amazon.com, and they're really cheap, easy to come by, and they will fix this problem on your gas oven for almost all different brands. Very, very common type igniter. I'm going to go ahead and cut these two wires. I'm going to leave about maybe an inch of wire over by the igniter, and the other wire is coming out of the firewall, the oven cavity. It brings power to the igniter. So once I cut those, I'll strip the wires that are coming out of the oven by about 1/4 inch. This is the 53039350066, and this one looks good. So we already have the wires are spliced. I'm going to put the heat-proof portion of the old wire over this igniter where it's close to the igniter, because that's where it's going to get really hot. Which just helps to insulate that part, keep the wire protected. Put that in. There we go. And I'm going to strip back this wire and the other one by about 1/4 inch. Just exposing conductor. Take a bit off this one. Go. So we got a little bit of that exposed. We'll take the new igniter, put that in position, and we're going to take these ceramic wire nuts, which are really cool. And you can set up either wire from the igniter to either wire from the oven. There's no polarity issue at all. I'm going to put that in position, and I'm going to put the wire nut on there and just twist it righty-tighty. Get it really tight so it's not going to move. And that's done. Do the same on the other side. So get that in position. Get where we want it. Tight. Got it. Those are nice and tight. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bend those kind of in line so we can push them back in that hole. There we go. Feed this all back in. Yeah, these igniters just go out after a while. Pushing them back in here into this part called the firewall.
we go. We're going to put this part of the igniter against the frame, put in those two little screws, and we can test it. Got one in there. Here's the next one. These are kind of small. Like not much threads on these guys. Usually they're a little bit longer. Now I did kind of bend this down when I was installing it, so I'm going to tighten these up and then bend that back up. We'll test it out. So I'm just using a ratchet, small ratchet here because it can get into that smaller area, but a lot of different tools will make this work. Just going to tighten up these two. So this is the Venturi tube, and this is where the gas flows in from the safety valve. Let's when it feels like this igniter is hot enough, it'll open up and let all this gas flow in. And then this acts like a match. It's so hot, basically white hot, it'll ignite the gas right away. And then it'll stay active whenever there's a call for heat. Even though it's already ignited, it's still red hot. It's still in the on position. And that's not malfunctioning. That's just how they're designed. Okay, so we got that in position. I'm going to bend this frame up a little bit back where it was, just so it's flat. There we go. Okay, we're going to see if it lights up now. Got it plugged in. Set it for bake. Go start. Your click. Asking for 100 degrees. I'm going to watch it. See if it starts to glow. Yeah, there we go. It's got energy. If it only gets about that hot, it won't really start, or it'll have a delayed reaction. It should keep building and building and get yellow and almost white hot before it safety valve opens. Safety valve just opened, and there's the flame. We got it. A little smoke coming off of there is normal. It just burns off pretty rapidly because it's just a new part. Looks good. Nice blue, strong flame. So it's good air-fuel mixture. So we got it. We'll go ahead and put it back together. We're just going to turn it off by cancel. It takes a second for it to turn off. There we go. We're going to go ahead and put it back together now. So to put it back together, we're going to put in that bottom plate. Has this thing called the heat deflector, kind of spreads the heat more evenly. This goes in at a diagonal. So I'm going to push it into position, put the front lip in first, and I'll set the back down. It'll be nice and flat. That's good. I'll go and put these racks back in. So this curved part goes in first. There's one, another curved part. Put the door back on. You don't have to take the door off, but it does make it a little bit easier to do the procedure. So these little forks are going to fit back into the oven cavity. It's a little hole for them. That might have done it. Tilt back again. Yeah, that looks good because this is more flat. Close that one, close that one. All right, I think we did it. Okay, let's test it again. Bake. Start.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped you to get your oven going again. Pretty simple repair, and probably it'll take you about 25 minutes, 30 minutes all together. So again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance.